Hey, what's up everybody? This is Johnny with AquaBiz, based out of the San Fernando 818 Valley. In this video, I'm going to show you how we do a deep rock clean out. So stay tuned and check it out.
Okay, Johnny, so what do we need for this clean out job?
For this clean out, we need our grabbers, we need our blankets, and I never really usually bring out this brute container.
Okay.
So we're gonna put all the rocks here. What happened is we have a lot of algae buildup. Okay. We're pulling out all the rocks. We're gonna make sure that we thoroughly clean them out. They have been building a lot of algae, so we're doing a deep, thorough rock clean out.
Got it.
On the fish tank. We'll leave the fish inside, and we're gonna pull out the rocks. We're gonna probably power spray them, get them nice and clean, put them back in there, put the decorations back in there, so that when he comes back home, he's usually never home, so when he does come back home, he can look at a nice clean fish tank with nice clean rock. And right now you may not be able to see it, but the rocks are purple and they look pretty green, so they're pretty bad.
So for this kind of job, how much do you charge?
For this type of job, we normally charge anywhere from $150 to $200, just because it will take anywhere about an hour and a half to 2 hours and a half, depending on how bad the rocks look. But since he is a bi-weekly maintenance client, and he's been persistent, he's been consistent with us, we're gonna give him a break. So it just depends how long we take.
Got it. The rock?
Yeah, you see that? It's full of algae. So we're gonna do it, we're gonna clean all these out thoroughly. Thorough clean out.
So that's like step one, take out the rocks.
Yeah, so we'll take out all the rocks. We'll put them in this bin here. We turned off the pumps. From looking at it, yeah, it's all bad. I probably would say about an hour and a half, just so that we do a really good job on this fish tank.
So when you have an aquarium, do you need to have rocks, or can the fish just live in the water? Like,
it depends what kind of fish tank you have. If you have it just depends on what kind of fish tank you have. You have a freshwater. It's all preference. The fish do like hiding spots, so they can hide anywhere inside the aquarium. So yeah, that's what's. And on this is more of decoration, more for looks, but he does have some pretty aggressive fish in here, so it's a good idea to throw in the rocks, so they're able to hide.
So when you say aggressive, like, are they aggressive towards you when you pick up the rocks? Have you ever been like bitten by fish or anything like that?
I have been bit before, but when I say aggressive, they're aggressive towards each other.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it like a territorial thing? Like, it's my tank? Or?
Yeah.
That's providing oxygen?
Meanwhile, we clean this, yes.
So do you need to have like a CO2 tank or an oxygen tank for that, I mean?
No, we could do an air pump, that'll help. But this one here, that right there is providing a little bit of oxygen. Obviously you don't want this running if you had live coral, because oxygen for coral is not good, just because of the fact they need to be fully submerged underwater. And sometimes it's not good for the fish, but they're not going to be breathing this for the most part.
Air stone?
Yeah.
What does that do?
It just gives it some bubbles, just to kind of give it a little bit of looks.
And it wasn't working before we got here?
No, it wasn't connected. Sometimes they're flimsy and they don't connect. I mean, they're flimsy and they disconnect pretty easy, so they don't connect accordingly.
So Johnny, how long have you had this customer?
This customer, I'll probably say 4 months. 4 months. 4 or 5 months.
And how did they find out about your services?
They Googled me.
Oh, okay.
And they were shopping around to see if they could find a deal on someone servicing their fish tank. So they gave me a call. Oof, look at that filter. dirty. So they gave me a call. They were trying to shop around to see if they could find someone who could do it for an affordable price.
Yeah.
The service guy who was doing it before was gonna bump up their prices drastically. So he asked me if I was willing to give him a deal, and I told him that I could do $75 per visit, and we're here twice a month. We're here every other week. And I told him I could do 75. I mean, he's literally like 3 minutes away from my house, so I'm able to just drive here. I mean, if it was farther out, like downtown LA, Pasadena, Torrance, Gardena, then I don't think I would be able to give him this price. Number one, because he said, if you need to add anything, be sure to add it. If you need to add fish, if you need to change the coral, the inserts, then go ahead and change them. So it's pretty simple. So right now we're doing a full detail.
So Johnny, right now you're just rinsing off the rocks?
Yeah, I'm spraying them.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna scrub them.
Okay. Do you add any like solution to them, or is it just that's enough?
Tire shine? Nah, just kidding. Nah, no solution. Usually I do bleach them, but just because of the fact that the fish are gonna stress out from moving all their little hiding spots. And if we add bleach, I mean, we can always add water conditioner, chlorine remover, but at the same time, it's like I feel like I have the fish. If I had pulled them out and put them in the brute container in the Rubbermaid trash can, then I could probably put some oxygen there, and it'll probably give them a little bit more lifespan from them being inside the fish tank where everything's going bananas in there. You saw the algae floating around. You saw how they were freaking out. They were trying to fight each other. So I feel like if I do add some bleach and we do add the water conditioner or chlorine remover, it'll be a good idea. But I just want to do something quick. This is very quick, straight to the point. Yeah. I'm just spraying down all the hair algae.
Oh, okay. Hey Johnny, what are these markers for right here on the?
Which ones?
Like the, what was that, 25 gallon, 20 gallon?
Oh, those there? Those, when I get a specific client who wants to do a water change, and they're very accurate on as far as water changes. If they have a 10-gallon tank and they want 50% water change, then I know that I must drain it up to there. If they have a 20, they want half, I drain it up to there. But for the most part, it's 20%, but there's some people who say, oh, can you do a 50% water change? Because their fish tank's pretty bad, yep, or in a bad condition, they actually want, so I want to make sure that I measure it. Instead of doing 5 gallons at a time, 5, 10, 15, you just do one, especially when you're inside an office. When you're inside an office, you can't really do that. I mean, you can, but, you just kind of risk spilling water all over the place. Or there's a better chance, I should say, of you spilling water in the inside of the office. That's something you don't want.
Got it. Hey Johnny, so those little white things that are coming off of the rocks, what is that?
That's the gravel that gets stuck in between the crevices of the rock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
like I said, these haven't been cleaned since, I mean, when I picked up the account, they weren't looking that bad, but I knew at some point, this is the route I was gonna take. Yeah. So here we are now.
Yeah, you can see the color now.
Yeah, you can see the color. Told you it was gonna be purple. It looks green, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked green. It didn't even look purple at all, huh?
No.
Yeah. I mean, unless it was really bad, then that's when we take the bleaching them, spraying them with bleach, let them sit, then we spray them down type of route. But nah, this is not too bad.
Hey Johnny, so does your company just maintain the rocks? Do you install them? Do you sell them? What else does your company do?
So we do sell the rock. We do what you call aquascape as well. We don't get too technical into aquascaping, but we do offer that type of service. Okay. But we do sell the rock as well. Not necessarily this rock, because this is what happens with this rock. This rock is basically almost painted, and it's almost concrete. If you pay attention to this piece right here, you see the gray? Yeah. It's almost like concrete, and they just paint it. We sell a little bit more of an organic type of rock. It's called Real Reef Rock. It's purple at the same time, but it doesn't get green. It turns a little light brown, but nothing like this.
Any other services you provide?
Yeah, we do relocations.
What is that?
We move fish tanks from people when they sell their home, or if they want to buy a fish tank from someone who doesn't want the fish tank, we take it to them, we relocate them from different places, different cities. We also install them, so if someone wants a custom fish tank installed in their home, we install them as well.
All right, Johnny, so you just clean the rocks. What's the next step?
We're gonna aquascape it, meaning we're gonna design something different and unique from what it had before.
And what are you doing right now?
I'm algae scrubbing the back. All that dead algae is floating around.
Got it. So the filter doesn't take out all that algae? You have to do this?
It does, but since it's already settled, it'll be easier for me to take it out.
Got it.
Yeah.
So Johnny, what's the progress on the rocks that are clean and now you're...
Yeah, the rocks are nice and clean right now. So now what we're doing is we're doing a small little aquascape. I want to make sure I give the fish places to hide. I want to make sure I'm able to give every little fish a home they can call their own. So I try to make caves here and there so that they can kind of hide.
And why do they hide in between the rocks?
They try to find their little home, so if they're ever scared, they know where to hide. If they're ever getting picked by another fish, they know where to go and hide. So that's what we try to make. We try to make them some little caves so they can go out there and make a little home of their own.
And Johnny, how often do you readjust the rocks, or what do you call it, aquascape?
Yes.
Is it every time you do the clean out, or?
Yeah, every time the rocks get pretty bad, just the way we saw them when we first got here, we go ahead and take the initiative. I mean, he didn't ask me. I just kind of saw, and that's something that our company likes to do. We have the free time instead of just coming here and just kind of scrubbing them. I mean, it does build up pretty quickly, but we kind of do it out of our own and kind of go out there. That's why my guy focuses on the maintenance and I focus on the stuff that needs to be done. Like, he's not doing this. This is the kind of stuff that I like to do, so that when we come to our accounts there, he's just a very, very simple. I make his job easier, in other words. He just comes, kind of runs, scrubs the panels, the back, the front, the side, changes the filter, excuse me, cleans the filtration, boom, in and out. 45 minutes to an hour is what our regular service includes. Now, if it's something else that they want us to install, a pump, a light, then I go ahead and do that. He just focuses. He's just basically my maintenance service technician.
So Johnny, what's the update on the clean out?
We're pretty much done. I'm just making sure that you see that? There's a reason why we just screw it on. We don't. That's what happens when it's not plumbed properly.
So it's not coming out of the nozzle, it's coming out of the...
Yeah. Algae fix.
Algae fix?
To remove the algae in case it starts growing rapidly. That we know that we treated it.
Do you usually use that brand or that solution?
We started because we noticed that these lights put out a lot of white, and white tends to create brown algae. and it builds up to hair algae.
So the lights affect what grows in the tank?
Yes.
Are there specific lights that they should use instead of white ones, or?
No, I mean, white and blue gives it a nice pop. Yeah. So there you guys have it. This is how we do an aquarium maintenance clean out, how we clean the rocks. If you like the content that you see, please be sure to subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, or if you have any questions on any of the products that we use, the links will be in the description down below. And if you have any video ideas or anything that you would like to see, please be sure to comment down below, and we'll see you on the next one.